Hey everybody, Kristine Cataldo, the Lioness here with my daily roar. I am a coach working with Christian women to help them find balance in their life, help them show up authentically, and curate more joy and peace in their lives. So I recently posted some questions. I wanted to find out what everyone's pain points are, what you would like me to share more about. And some great content came up. And one of the big pain points for everybody, and it made me super sad because I've been in this place, is finances. So what is the one thing, my question was, what was the one thing that keeps you up at 3 a.m.? Like what wakes you up? What gets your heart racing? What causes anxiety, fear, your head spinning, like that need to jump up and solve the problem? Like what is it? So a lot of folks said that it's finances, financial struggles, that fear of losing everything, that fear of not being able to pay a bill, not being able to do, provide for your children, fear of just not getting to where you're at, fear of, being in a job that you don't like, or that, layoffs, just all those kind of things, come to mind. And again, I have sat in this space, so I'm speaking from my experience. So, when I went through my divorce, I was in that panicked state. I would wake up with just, oh my gosh, I can't breathe. How am I going to solve this? And my mind would just start spinning, and I would start throwing things against the wall, what's going to work? And oh my gosh, I would try to start to solve it before I knew what it was. So I have a few steps that I've written down. I wrote them down because I am trying to keep my videos a little more concise, so they are, people can just grab them and digest them in smaller chunks. So my first thing would be to stop and breathe and pray. So as a Christian woman, I do believe in the power of prayer. So throw your worry, your fears, your anxiety, everything, share it with God. Just pray out loud, pray quietly, whatever it is, pray. And so press into that, pray however works for you. But just getting it out there and giving it to God and going, okay, I need some help with you. I need your help. And he will come in alongside of you and carry you. I guarantee it. I have been there and felt it and experienced it. His grace is amazing. So first step, pray. Second step, do you even know what the elephant in the room is? What is the elephant? It's this big fearful thing, this monster under your bed. So we're going to call it a monster. This monster under your bed that goes, at 3 a.m. And you're like, okay, I don't even know what that is. And then, you're up and awake and it goes away. So identify what that monster is. Is it that you don't have enough to, take care of daily bills, to pay for your children, to get you to your goals? What are those things? Really take out a pen and paper, jot it down. What is it? You need to know what it looks like. What is the thing coming at you look like, so that you can take the appropriate action to tackle it. So identify it, make it really juicy. What are you feeling? What is it keeping you from? What are you not be able to do? How is it affecting your children? I know when I started to tackle it, one of the big things is I'm a giver, I'm a pleaser, I like to make people happy. So being able to identify how it was affecting other people, this monster, really hit home with me, and it gave me some, cause to act. So that would be the first step. Identify what that monster is that's keeping you awake. And then take out, another piece of paper, start writing down all your bills, start writing down your income, get it all in one place. That it could be simple as a piece of paper. It could be a spreadsheet, whatever you like. There's online apps all over the place. There's Mint, there's other different apps that you can use. You can get really detailed and connect it to your bank statements and all that kind of stuff. But I think the main thing is keep it simple and just get it on a piece of paper first. And then if you want to do that other stuff, then you can. But at least it's there. You're okay, and then worst case scenario, what is the worst thing can happen? Get it out there. Know what that monster can do. What can the monster do to you? Really own it and go, okay. Because then when you do, it's not as scary. When you know what that monster looked like, oh, it has blue hair and it's, has teeth, but, it's not so scary. It really can't bite. It just has teeth. Or it's kind of funny to look at. Like when you just start to like see it and visualize it, then you're like, okay, now I know what I have to go after. Like, do I need to have a sword, or do I need to have, like a squirt gun? I don't know, whatever you need. Like, you need to be armed. You need to be able to equip yourself. And if you don't know what it is, if you can't see it and visualize it, it's going to be harder to do that. Okay, that's the next step. Brainstorm. Like, start going, just piece of paper, like, what can I do to bring in more income? What can I do to reduce my bills? Like, what are the two things? Like, just start making lists. And don't do this in isolation, my friends. Like, I know sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, it's shameful, or it's a horrible place, or I'm embarrassed, or I'm fearful. Bring your close circle in. This is when you're very, very close circle, people that you trust, like bring them in to brainstorm. Sit down, pay for coffee, go have coffee with them and say, hey, can I like work through this with you? And you would be amazed at the solutions. You'd be amazed at how people can connect you to others that can help you solve the problem, or other places to get income, other jobs, other side jobs. So really do that, and don't get so like focused on how you've done things, because as Einstein says, the definition of insanity is hitting yourself into the wall over and over and over and expecting a different outcome. Like, you need to break from that, change it, and go, okay, maybe I do my day job, and maybe I do this fun part-time job. Maybe I go into work and say, hey, can I get some extra hours, or can I be creative with what I'm doing there? Or can I just ask? Like, all they can say is no. And your job and the constraints around that, and how you can do that. So really get creative. And then take that and start to put things into action, whether it's cutting your budget, cooking at home, doing things differently, having staycations instead of vacations, getting real creative. Bring your kids into the discussion to say, I brought my alley cat in, we had a lot of discussions about how can we make this work? How can we not just survive, but how can we thrive with what we have? So she was a part of that, that game plan they created. So part of your game plan could be, how can we cut bills? How can we pay off things? How can we negotiate with our source of income, or those folks that have the bills? Don't ignore the bills. Like, call the people and say, hey, I'm struggling here, and how can I put a payment plan into place? Or how can I do this, that, and the other? And like I said, get creative. I like to live with portfolio living. I have my day job that allows me to do the amazing stuff with my business. So I have an amazing day job, but it did sort of fall into my lap. It was that prayer, and they found me on LinkedIn. But they have been amazing the past 2 years. And, but I show up there and I'm like, hey, this is how I want to show up. These are my strengths. And I do have those open, candid conversations. So I have that, but then I do my coaching, I do my speaking engagements, I do my give backs, I have some other things that bring in sources of income. But I got creative, like put a portfolio together. It doesn't have to be this one job that you do. It could be a mix match of different things. And that keeps it like live and creative and fun. And it keeps the day moving quickly. And it gets you to where you want to go. And then the next thing, put that into play. And it's not like you do this and that's how it has to be and it can't change. It's just a starting point. Put a stake in the ground and then come back and put something on the calendar and go, okay, I'm going to reevaluate in a month, 2 months, whatever that looks like to you. I'm going to reevaluate and adjust. So then you come back and go, okay, this works, but I really don't like this side gig that I've got going on. Okay, what else can I do to replace that? What else can I do to bring in more income? What else can we do? I really like this, but I like my cup of coffee and every Friday. And so I don't want to give that up. Whatever that is, then figure out a way to pay for that cup of coffee somewhere else and enjoy that cup of coffee. So finding that balance and portfolio living. After that, after you've readjusted, put it into play again. So it's this circle, it's this very agile process. As a project manager, we like to use that word. But it's agile, like you're doing this, reevaluating, doing this. So it's like these little buckets that you keep trying. Then I want you to celebrate your win. So when you do have a win, celebrate. Don't celebrate in a way where you're spending all your money that you save. So So first you see the elephant, you tame the elephant, or the monster, let's say monster. You see the monster, you tame the monster, and then you come back and celebrate with the monster. You enjoy, you celebrate that relationship with the monster. So it's no longer waking you up. You invite it in and go, yeah, I know you're there. I know you're there. I know you're sleeping under my bed, whatever, but you're not going to scare me anymore. So celebrate those wins, and then keep evaluating. So this is not something you put away after you've done it. It's something you evaluate again and again and again, and you make sure you're, as you adjust your goals and you adjust these new things that you want in your life, you adjust your process, you adjust the things you're doing. So I'm going to keep it at that because I know I've gone over what I wanted to in time-wise, but I am going to bring in more resources. I have some friends that I want to network with that are like experts in the field, and bring them in for you ladies to give you more tips and resources. So if you've liked this, please share this forward. Drop me your email. I'm going to curate some content and share it out in email only or in my Pride Sisterhood, which is my women's community. So drop me your email so that I can get you on my email list. Share this video forward and join my Pride Sisterhood for more information, and join my YouTube channel. There's like lots of resources out there. So please, please, please connect with me so I can serve you more. Love you all. Oodles to noodles. Now, go attack that monster. Peace out.